welcome the update from the Deputy Foreign Secretary about the contact group and progress being made, but I am concerned that in Al-Mawasi, which is a supposed safe zone in Gaza, on the 18th of January, a UK charity, Medical Aid for Palestine and the IRC, had their compound bombed by an airstrike from an F-16 jet. Now, thankfully, the 4 British GPs and doctors who were living there were only injured, although that in itself is a cause for concern. A month before that, on the 22nd December, it was confirmed via UK defence channels that the IDF had logged the coordinates of the humanitarian base and deconflicted it, marking it as a protected site, a sensitive and humanitarian site. I'm gravely concerned, therefore, that this airstrike still took place. So can my right honourable friend please share with the House what investigation is being conducted, what has been the response of the IDF to this, has HMG seen the targeting permissions for that airstrike? Then very briefly on UNRWA, I raised on behalf of the concerns of so many colleagues back in November with UNRWA our concerns about whether or not they were doing enough security checks on their staff. Is the goal of the pausing of aid to essentially force them to get their house in order? Is that what we are trying to achieve? And on the ICJ, the ruling was quite clear that Israel does have a right to self-defence, but that is not limitless. So what is the government doing to ensure that we are fully in line with the ruling and the 6 conditions placed on Israel by the ICJ?
Minister.
Well, I thank the Chairman of the Select Committee for her comments. On the latter point, as I said, we continually remind the Israeli government of its duties under international humanitarian law. On the bombing of the compound to which she referred, this is an extremely serious matter, and as she rightly says, needed to be raised at the highest level. It was raised by the Foreign Secretary in his meetings in Israel last week, and as soon as practical, after the news and the details got out, our ambassador in Tel Aviv raised it as well. On the subject of UNRWA, she rightly, I think, refers to the fact that these assets that UNRWA had, which I described in my response to the Shadow Foreign Secretary, are vital for the delivery of aid. But in terms of the inquiry, this would normally have been carried out by UNRWA. It will not be carried out by UNRWA, but by the UN Office of Internal Oversight Services. They will conduct an immediate inquiry and will report to the Secretary-General on that. And we will obviously look very carefully at what they say.